Today, we're jumping into one of the most intense moments in all of world literature. Picture this, a legendary hero standing on the edge of the biggest battle of his life, a battle for an entire kingdom, and right at the last second, he just refuses to fight. This is the incredible opening to the Bhagavad Gita, and it all starts with one warrior's impossible choice.
So let's just start with the big question, the one that hangs over this entire story. I mean, what on earth could possibly make the greatest hero of his time, a man literally born for this moment, turn his back on his destiny when it matters most? Why? That's the mystery we're going to unpack together. The official name for this first chapter is Arjuna Vishada Yoga, which roughly translates to the yoga of Arjuna's despair. Now, when we hear yoga, we're probably thinking of physical poses, right? But here, it means something deeper, a discipline, a connection, a path. So this is the story of a hero's journey through a spiritual crisis so unbelievably deep, it literally brings him to his knees.
Okay, so to really get why he's so torn apart, we have to understand the setting. Because this isn't just any old battlefield. This is a place where family loyalty and a soldier's duty are about to crash into each other in the most violent way possible.
The scene is set on Kurukshetra, a holy field, a place people would normally go for pilgrimage and peace. But today? Yeah, it's the exact opposite. Two colossal armies are lined up, ready to fight the final, epic battle of the Mahabharata.
So who's fighting? Well, on one side, you've got the Pandavas. They're 5 brothers, and they are the rightful heirs to the kingdom. And on the other side, their own family. 100 of their cousins, the Kauravas, who have stolen the throne through trickery. This isn't just a war, it's a bitter, ugly family feud that's about to tear the world apart.
All right, let's zoom in on our hero right in the middle of this storm, just as the horns are about to blow and all hell is about to break loose.
The Pandavas' #1 champion is Prince Arjuna. And let me tell you, this guy is a legend. He's an unmatched archer, he's never lost a battle, and right now, he is pumped, he's confident, he's ready, he's eager to win back what's rightfully his. And he gives a command to his charioteer. He says, hey, take me right into the middle of it all, between the two armies. I want to get a good look at these guys. I want to look my enemies right in the eye. You can just feel the swagger in his voice, can't you?
But here's the twist. His charioteer isn't just some guy. It's Lord Krishna, a divine being, a god in human form, who is also Arjuna's closest friend and guide. And Krishna does exactly what Arjuna asks. He steers that chariot right into the no-man's land between these two massive forces.
And it's right here, in the dead center of it all, that everything, and I mean everything, changes. Arjuna's world is about to be completely shattered.
So there he is. He looks to one side, sees his brothers, his friends, his allies. Then he turns and he looks out at the enemy army, stretching as far as the eye can see.
But he doesn't just see faceless soldiers in armor. For the first time, he really sees them as individuals. And the realization that hits him is an absolute gut punch. The enemy is his family.
I want you to really let this sink in. He looks across the field and sees the people he loves most in the world, his grandfathers, the teachers who taught him how to fight, his uncles, his cousins, his own brothers, even sons and grandsons, friends, fathers-in-law. His entire life, his entire history is standing right there, waiting to be killed by his arrows.
And the shock is instant. It's not a thought, it's a physical breakdown. He says his legs give out, his mouth goes completely dry. He starts shaking uncontrollably. This is the raw, visceral reaction to a horror that his mind can't even process yet.
Now, as this wave of grief just washes over him, his mind starts scrambling to catch up. He starts building a logical case, trying to explain to himself and to Krishna why this war is just fundamentally wrong.
Yeah, he's not a confident warrior anymore. He's just a man. A man desperately trying to rationalize this overwhelming feeling that what he's about to do is the worst thing he could possibly imagine.
And his argument basically unfolds in 4 steps. First, he says, just the act itself, killing my own family, is a terrible sin. I don't care what the prize is. Second, the social collapse. If we kill all the elders, the timeless traditions that hold our families and society together, this thing called Kula Dharma, will be completely wiped out. Third, the chaos that follows. Without those traditions, society descends into lawlessness. And fourth, the personal consequence. Anyone who destroys their own family tree, he believes, is doomed to suffer in hell.
You can just hear the anguish in his voice when he cries this out. The war is no longer about justice or duty to him.
He sees it now as just a horrible crime, all driven by greed for a kingdom and some fleeting pleasure.
In all of this, the emotional breakdown, the logical arguments, it all comes to a head in one final, unforgettable moment. And then he does it. Arjuna, the greatest warrior of his time, just lets his legendary bow, the Gandiva, slip right out of his hands. He drops the very symbol of who he is, of his power, of his duty, and defeated, not by any enemy, but by his own heart, he just collapses into his seat on the chariot.
And then he speaks the 3 words that set the entire stage for the rest of the Bhagavad Gita. He turns to Krishna, totally overwhelmed, and says, simply and finally, I will not fight.
And that's where we leave him. We leave him with this universal, impossible question. When your duty tells you to do one thing, but your heart and your love tell you to do the complete opposite? When every single choice in front of you looks like it leads to disaster, how do you know what the right thing to do is? That is Arjuna's dilemma. And the rest of the Gita is Krishna's incredible answer.